welcome to my channel. And what we got here is a 2018 Hyundai Genesis Sport. Let's get to it. This Genesis Sport is one very mean looking sports sedan with its copper blacked out mesh grille, blacked out headlights with the LED turn signals and daytime running lights, and it has a very aggressive looking front bumper. This car from front to back has very clean lines, just like any other sports sedan. This Genesis G8 is decked out all inside with carbon fiber and aluminum trim along the dashboard, which reach around to the doors, with copper stitching along the doors and copper stitching around the seats and the headrest. As you can see, it has a nice big panoramic sunroof, which is surrounded by a nice suede-like headliner, and both seats are heated and cooled. It has a nice thigh support that you can pull out to adjust your thighs. This car also comes with aluminum sport pedals, hence the name Genesis Sport. And as you come along the center console, it has nice equipment around the center console. And as we step into the back, you can also see the same as the front, copper stitching along the doors and along the seats. The rear seats are heated, not ventilated. You have a power sunshade along the rear window. And you could tell the whole back deck has that suede-like material that's around the speakers. This is one very roomy sports sedan. And with this panoramic sunroof, it brings a lot of light inside the cabin. Very nice and very roomy, this car is. Now the one thing about this car, since it's twin turbo, you get most of your power down low. So right from the jump, you have all your power. And with the all-wheel drive, it handles pretty darn good. And another thing I most definitely like about this feature is the head-up display, because I don't have to look down at everything. But I do like the way it feels. I do like the quietness of it. And it's a very good and powerful car for me. Oh yeah, this thing can really get up and go.
So tell me, what do you like about this car?
I like the way it feels. I like the quietness of it. I love the head-up display and the details and the stitching.
How about them seats?
The seats are really comfortable. They hug me in, especially for a guy my size. I'm not like a small guy. So I really like how the seats are. And plus you can adjust the leg bolsters. They go up, you know, just so you can have comfort from the bottom of your legs. I like that a lot.
And how about the tech?
It has a lot of tech. I think this car is overwhelming sometimes, but I guess the more you get used to it, you can get everything down packed with the tech. But I like the tech in this car, especially the head-up display. That's one of my favorites.
Right. And the sound system?
The sound system's not bad. It's good. The clarity is very good.
What type of sound system is it?
Lexicon. It has a Lexicon sound system. It's not bad. I wish it was just a little bit more punchier behind it, but they made it very simple, so you don't have to play with the settings and try to find the right thing. They made it nice and simple. That's what I like about it.
And does it have wireless charging?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It has wireless charging, and the number one thing I really liked about this has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So you can take your choosing, whatever phone you have. Now I'm gonna change it from Eco to Sport. Oh yeah.
And when you change it to Eco to Sport, what happens to the car?
The mapping of the transmission stiffens up, like you get a more snap of the response to the throttle. The steering wheel tightens up, and you can feel the dampening getting a little bit more stiffer on the road. Yeah, this car is very, very capable of performing with the top luxury brands that's out there for the money.
So this is a suede headliner or a faux suede?
I believe it's a suede headliner with the carbon fiber trim. And another thing I like about it is the aluminum. Like everything pretty much looks premium and looks real. It looks really good. There's nothing that doesn't match. Everything looks pretty good. I like the aluminum tweeters of the Lexicon system that blends right in with the door handles. They really put their time into how things would look in this car. See, the thing about this car that I like is not stiff, but it's not wobbly. Like, I don't feel the car dipping into the corners. And since it's raining outside, you don't feel like you're losing traction since this car has all-wheel drive.
What don't you like about this car, if there's anything?
The one thing I don't like about this car, that you do see some Hyundai Sonatas into it. Like just some of it. But you could tell they're trying to get away from and separate themselves from Hyundai. But that's the one thing I don't like. And like I said, with the sound system, I wish it had just a little bit more punch to it. That's pretty much it. But from the touch and feel and all the quality, plus everything all the tech that comes with it, I really like everything that it comes with. Now, as you see, you can hear it. Oh man. For a big car, this thing does move. And like I said, these roads aren't like straight roads. They're nice back roads, and it's taking it pretty well for a big car. I mean, you can feel the weight of this car, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't feel like I'm gonna be losing control at all.
So it feels like all the harshness is out of it. So there's no harsh hits at all. It feels really, like back here, it feels great. There's just nothing, you don't hear much chatter at all in the wheels, and I don't know, from a seating perspective, it just feels great. I don't know, I'm actually quite impressed with the seat comfort, especially in the back seat. I
have to agree, the seat comfort is very good, and it has bolsters on the front of this seat, but they're not aggressive bolsters, but it does still keep you in. I mean, you gotta remember, you're not going to be taking this car to the track and nothing, but if you're on a highway, you want a little bit of performance and pick me up, trust me, you can actually just go. And you can tell, since I have it in the sport mode, that transmission is holding the gear, so it's right in the power band where I need to be at. Oh, like these roads aren't dry, these roads are wet, and this car is taking it with the all-wheel drive system. This car is taking it really good. Now the setup on these wheels, they're 19s, but they're staggered. So you have more meat in the back, so you have a little bit more traction. Yeah, this car is impressive for what the Genesis is. And like I'm saying, it's not a sports car. It's not something that you're gonna be taking to the track and ripping around. But when you want the performance, it most definitely is there. And that's what I like about this. Is It really stepped up his game this year with this sport. And like you were saying, Harry, like the headliner, like everything gives you that premium feeling that you did pay a little bit more than right with the other lineup of cars, the mid-side cars, luxury cars.
Yeah, I agree. Even the deck lid in the back has suede on.
Yeah, they didn't.
Or faux suede. I'm not sure if this is real suede or not. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It looks good.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
It looks good.
It's not like you're gonna. It's not like you're gonna get in a car and pick on it like,
yeah.
Is this fake or real or?
It looks like suede, so.
Yeah. Now you can hear the engine tone is very good in this. Now the thing about Genesis, I'm the type of person that like to stand out from the crowd. So there are slight modifications you can do to this car that can give it a little bit of a better touch. There's a company called Arc Performance that you can stiffen up the suspension and give it a little lower stance and get rid of that tire gap that's around the car. And for me, the 19s does look good on this car, but I think if it had 20s, it would fill everything up pretty well.
You're going to have a link to the description of all the modifications.
Yes,
right?
Everything will be linked down to the bottom of my page of all the mods you can do to this. If you want a better exhaust tone and note, the one company, Magnaflow, makes a good dual exhaust system for this car. So I'll have that link down in the description too. But I'm pretty impressed. If you just want to just keep it like this, there's nothing wrong with it, because this car really does handle its own. And another thing I like, everything, you have a choice. And some cars, you only have just the center control. You can't touch up top. This one you could do both. And that's the one reason I do like about this car. Like, I'm not a person that's all touchy-feely when I'm trying to drive, but I do like that you can use the screen, and it's a touch screen, and it's a big touch screen. I believe this is 9.2 inches. I mean, it looks pretty big from back there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and one more downside, I forgot. Every automaker is trying to do something with the gear shifter. The one thing I don't like is I just want to just put it in drive, park, and all that stuff. For here, you have a park button and just to shift the rear, neutral, and drive. But every time you just have to make sure that when you get out, you push the park button, because you'll just be in neutral. But that takes time and you'll get used to it. But that's the only thing. I wish it was just a regular shifter. But every car company's going to different shifters. Now, if you like what you see in the video, please put your finger on that subscribe button and put your finger on that like button, and let me know in the comments what else you would like me to review, and I will try to get back to you as much as possible. And thank you for checking out my channel. This is my first review, so there will be many more right behind it.